I feel very significantly that you met a person that has caused you a lot of chaos and conflict. And it's almost like no matter what you say or do, there's always this sense of them running away. And then the minute you don't really do anything, they do more. And you just feel like you're in limbo land, and you feel like frustrated but confused at the same time. And one thing I really want to say here is that I have a lot of information on this person and why they have acted the way that they have acted, and what they are going to do and what's going to happen. This reading is going to give you the history, geography, everything, okay, about this situation, this person that you've been dealing with, and why they have been like this. If you are here, I don't believe that this is a coincidence. I feel like you have been searching for answers, you have been looking for the truth, and I am here to present that across to you, okay? And if you want to, please do like and subscribe as well. I'm here every day, and this, is me putting energy into your life and your life situation and what's going on. So, do give a like, give a subscribe. I'm here every day and have been for the last 5 years, posting readings every day. And of course, comment down below, this is the truth, okay? Because it is the truth. Trust me, we're really going to get into it. And if you find that this is truthful for your situation at any point, comment down below, this is the truth, okay? Now, this person is someone that has a habit of keeping to themselves when it comes to emotional things. This is why whenever you see this person out and about, living their best life, they're always very social, or they're very kind of open, and they like going places. But when it comes to you, there is an emotional aspect. And when it comes to anything emotional, they shut down, they keep to themselves, and they suppress. That is why they treat you very, very differently to other people. This person doesn't treat you the same as others because there is an emotional aspect. Okay, with superficial friends and connections, they don't have to be too emotional. There's no real such thing. They can be just superficial. With you, however, there is an emotional aspect, and that is when things get very, very difficult, very tough for them, because they are not someone that likes to express emotions, because from when they were very, very young, they were taught it's not good to express emotions. They have never felt comfortable being vulnerable, because when they were very, very young, they were taught that being vulnerable is a bad thing. The same thing here that I'm seeing with the Five of Cups, which is why anytime you try to be vulnerable with this person, they shut down. Anytime you try to talk about a future, they shut down. Anytime you try to talk about something that means a lot to you on the emotional aspect, or you try to dig a little bit deeper, they can start to feel very uncomfortable, because when they were young, anything that they wanted to talk about emotionally was shut down by their parents or their carers. And that is one of the things that they are basically projecting back onto you. This is not your fault. It's not that they don't like you. They just don't have the capacity to have been dealing with the emotional aspect because of what they were subjected to as a child. There we go. I got my words out. Okay. And it's interesting that the deeper you want to go, the more they become resistant. The more you overthink things, the more they are resistant, right? Because overthinking is also spiritual, right? When you are thinking a lot about a outcome, a person, a situation, what ends up happening is you're putting your energy towards it. Energy can be felt by them, and then they get suffocated, and then they go back. But the minute you're not really thinking about them, why is it that they come forward? The minute that you're not doing anything emotional towards them, why is it that they want to do more towards you? Well, the reason for that is because you are detached. And when you are detached and you're focusing on yourself, you're focusing on other things, and you're not focusing with emotional, the emotional side, that triggers all of everything you want to progress, to happen, and to move in that direction. So that's basically what is happening. I feel like I've just kind of mentioned this, right? Like anytime you start to talk about something very serious, very emotional, they start to retreat, they start to walk away, they start to run away. It's because they're not used to it. This is someone that needs a lot of healing. This is someone that still has a long way to go in terms of healing within themselves and understanding themselves, and understanding that the way that they've grown up and the way that they've been taught to understand their emotions isn't necessarily the best way, because we have to feel things, we have to feel things in order to understand things. We have to feel things in order to, live life according to that. How can I explain it, So basically, this is why they act this way. Okay, this is why they act this way. Now, why did you meet this person? I think that's a good way to put things. Ooh. You are a blessing to this person. Let me tell you something. You are an absolute blessing to this person. Do not ever tell yourself, okay, that everything is wrong with yourself. I think that this person should be so grateful to the universe that someone like you came into their life. The universe, okay, put you into this person's life as a blessing so that they could learn, they could grow, they can open themselves up. And the main thing here is that you are the blessing. So please don't blame yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself or harsh on yourself. You are the blessing. This person has a long way of being stubborn, okay? Now, there is something that can help this person, and that is shadow work healing. So shadow work healing really heals the unconscious aspect of the shadow that we cannot see, but it's where the trauma, the grief, and the blueprint of why we act a certain way is. Some people don't know why they act the way that they do, right? They don't put those dots together. But shadow work healing, when you heal the shadow, it puts all those dots together so that in reality, a person can start to understand their patterns and they can start to feel more healed and treat you from a place of being more healed. So I would recommend shadow work healing for this person if you wanted to do it on their behalf, but never any pressure to purchase. If anything, I hope this reading gives you clarity to understand that you are not the problem, okay? You are not the problem. They have healing to do, okay? And on top of that as well, the most important thing about shadow work is that, you know, over time, let's say, for example, you go through more trauma or they go through more trauma, you know, things build up in the shadow. So, you know, it's something that, you know, healing is so important because it needs to be worked at. Okay, now, what I did say, which is very important, is that this is not your fault, right? You are a blessing in their life. You really, really are, because you have been brought into their life so that they can heal, get themselves together, be mature, and take the right actions. The universe wants to see how smart they are, but also wants to see how strong they are. And also, the more they disrespect you, the more absent they are towards you, you get good karma, okay? And they will suffer in regards to their own personal consequences, issues, troubles, and struggles. That's not your fault. That's not your problem. So what I will say here is that the more they treat you badly, you are going to get good karma. However, it's painful to be treated that badly, and you don't deserve that, which is why I always recommend let them come to you. Don't keep running and chasing after them, because the more you are detached, the more it helps you. Detachment doesn't mean never talking to them. It means only matching their energy in accordance to what they give you. Remember, the more absent you are, this person starts to feel less of that emotional pressure, and it allows them to come towards you. Now, if you don't want anything to do with this person, then you just move on with your life, you know. However, this person will do more towards you. They will be much more proactive. They will go through healing, and they will realize what they have been doing and how they have been treating you. But in the process, it's really important to be detached. Let them come to you. Let them progress towards you, because they will. And you try to detach, okay? So on their side, their lesson here is to be more open, to be more vulnerable, to work on healing. Your lesson is not to be so consumed by a person to the point where you make them the center of your universe. You should be making yourself the center of the universe, okay? You were not born into this lifetime with this person being the center of your universe. You were born into this world with you having yourself. This is really important, okay? Attachment is what has made them the center of your universe. However, detachment is the key to the law of attraction in terms of getting what you want. So you have to decenter. You have to decenter that. If you find it very hard to detach, I do have the detachment ritual on my website, which allows you to pull more energy towards yourself. Because remember, the law of attraction means knowing what you want, being okay without it. When you are okay without things, everything starts to happen the way that you want it to, right? So it's really important to do that. Now, what else can I tell you? Well, the Three of Wands shows it's only a matter of time before this person comes, and they will, okay? But it's really important to learn the lesson that the universe is presenting to you on your side. They have a lesson on their side, and you might be thinking, why don't they just learn their lesson? Why don't they learn their lesson? But then what if you're not learning your lesson on your side? So it's about decentering, detaching, putting more energy, love, focus, attention towards yourself, because you deserve it and I want the best for you. You know, I want you to feel good. I want you to feel happy. I want you to feel your strongest. I don't want you to feel sad and upset and hurt and confused and frustrated. I want you to feel like the best version of yourself. It's truly what I want for you. Truly, okay? Truly. Okay, so everything is on shopmoonlightguidance.com if you're ever interested in any personal like services, readings, items, rituals. Everything is there. So we got here chopped wood, round and round. Okay, round and round is about detaching and pulling that energy towards yourself rather than overthinking. Building blocks is about the healing on your side, okay, and the learning on your side. And chopped wood, which is about taking the appropriate actions needed on your side. And that is what we have here. All right, take care.